Good evening, everyone. This is the July 27, 2023 meeting of the Auburn Conservation Commission. This open meeting is being operated under a hybrid format pursuant to Chapter 22 of the Acts of 2022. We are having some connectivity issues, and so I'm not sure that the public can join us remotely, but if you want to try, the public can join us remotely by telephone dialing 408-650-3123 and then using access code 942-845-519. Try to join by computer at global.gotomeeting.com/join/942-845-549. All supporting materials for tonight's meeting have been provided to commissioners and are available on the town's website, and the public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda. My name is Michael Garland. I'm chairman of the Conservation Commission, and permit me to confirm that members participating this evening are in fact in attendance. So when I call your name, please answer in the affirmative. Tom Fallon. Here. Michelle Colross.
Here.
Christopher Carey.
Here.
Jesse Averka.
Here.
All right. Okay, so please note that this meeting is being recorded by Auburn Cable Television. We have some in-person participants. We are having some issues with our internet and the GoToMeeting app. So if anyone is trying to dial in remotely, my suggestion would be that you use the telephone and then the access code. So having said that, the first item on tonight's agenda is again, there's no public hearing, but we did receive a request for a certificate of compliance for 17 Willis Street. And it's my understanding someone is here to address that. Is that correct?
Yes.
So can you stand up, please, and identify yourself?
Yes, Sean Brickman, 17 Willow Street.
Okay, Sean, so we got your plan. We haven't gone out there yet. I think we were planning probably to go out on Saturday morning. Is there anything you want to tell us about the plan that was submitted?
Sean, do you mind either you can use this or the mic up there, whatever you want to do?
No, the plan should accurately reflect everything that's there. I included the engineer's cert with the application for the certificate of compliance as well.
Okay, so what we'll do is, like I said, we will go out on Saturday to take a look. And if we have any questions, we'll be in touch, but in all likelihood, we won't. So you're all set?
There was another question as well about, there's a tree that is starting to come down in the area. I'm not sure if that was relayed to the commission.
It was relayed to me this afternoon. So when we go out on Saturday, we will check out the tree. And if we think it poses an imminent risk of harm, then we will take the appropriate steps to address that. Okay? All right, thank you.
So a tree fell on my brother-in-law's car.
I'm sorry to hear that. Caused a lot of damage.
Not a lot, but he's pretty freaked out now, driving by trees.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. I'm mumbling. Stop doing that.
That was off the record chatter, Richard. The next item is there's someone here on behalf of 9 St. Mark Street. Could you also step up to the microphone and identify yourself, please?
Good evening, everyone. Rob Luce here with CMG.
So Mr. Fallon and I went out to the property about 3 weeks ago. We met with someone, I think, from your organization there.
Yeah, I believe you met with Jim Bernardino from our office.
Yes, we did. And so he outlined the proposed changes that you folks wanted to make. We were advised that Graves Engineering was reviewing the proposed revisions. I see here that, in fact, Graves responded to the planning board back on July 11th, in which they reviewed the proposed modifications and really had no comments or objections to what was proposed. And I also see that, so with that in mind, and also looking at the approval from the planning board on July 12th, I don't, I don't think there's any need to, for you to submit a revised plan, so I think you're all set.
Okay, appreciate that. I know planning board approved what we submitted as a minor change, so I'm not too sure what the process would be for conservation, if it is approved as a minor change or if it's, we can just leave it as is.
I think you can leave it as is.
Okay,
I think what's happened is that you've submitted enough documentation, we'll put it in the file, and I think there's nothing else you need to do.
okay, perfect. I appreciate it. Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much.
Thank you. I'd like to go to the CSX management notification. There, we received a letter. Indicating that CSX plans to apply herbicides to manage weeds on the railroad in compliance with their yearly operational plan, and is permitted under the regulations of 333 CMR 11.00. So this indicates that the application will start on or after July 31st and continue through and be completed by September 15th. And again, this is just by way of notification. There's nothing for us to approve. And then in the packet was documentation relating to 10 Auburn Hill Road. My wife and I are friends with Elizabeth and Craig Boyle, so I need to recuse myself from this. I'm not, in all honesty, quite sure of what is being asked here. But in any event, I'm going to recuse myself because, as I said, I have a conflict. So I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Fallon.
Okay, looking over the documentation, it appears that they're likely looking for a sign-off on the original order of conditions. Actually, I do see a certificate of compliance on here, but it's from 1980. There's another one on here from
Ah, there it is.
I see one from 1977 as well. Jesse, would you happen to know, is that what they're looking for? Are they looking for a certificate of compliance? so
Yes,
they can-
exactly, yeah. They were looking for, either a sign off or just, they were curious as to whether the commission would require seeing an as-built, with the property, or with the order being so old, obviously the property has changed a lot over the last 3, 4, 5 decades. So they wanted to know if it was still necessary to go through with, paying for an as-built to be prepared and brought before the commission.
The house has changed hands, it went up for sale. So I guess it's, yeah. So it is most likely. And given that 1980, that's 43 years ago, I'm pretty confident that if there were any issues as far as related to wetlands or something, that it probably would have arisen before now. I suppose on Saturday when we do the site visit at the other site, we could take a ride by there. Mike wouldn't go on it as he recused himself. We could just take a look and see what's there, but I don't think we're going to see any surprises. Any other thoughts from the board?
Yeah, because we just sign up on like if there's stuff built. Right?
Yeah, why don't we plan, if where we can make it on Saturday, we'll go visit this site as well after we go to Willis Street and just take a look, see what's there. Yeah, we'll take a look, and at the next meeting, we'll make a determination. And with that being said, Since the chairman, Mr. Garland, wasn't here at the last meeting, we can go through the meeting minutes from the last meeting and just, we won't be able to approve them because we only have,
I'm quorum.
actually, if you look them over, Mike, have you had a chance to look them over?
And I might have somebody that's interested in joining the board.
So apparently, at the last meeting that I did not attend, there were 6 in attendance. Or 5, no, wait a second. You got Tom, Chris. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there were 5 members. Actually, you have a majority of those who attended the meeting, so you can vote on those meeting minutes if you wish.
Okay, let's do it. Just see if you can help.
I have one correction on page 3, under issuances. It doesn't have noted that the negative determination was made on the 73 Shore Drive. So we just need to add that, I believe, right in front of that, just so we, for context.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't have any other changes. Any other members of the board? Could we have a motion?
Sorry. Move to accept the minutes.
Have a second?
28.
Could I have a second?
Yeah, second, motion to accept the movements.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Negative? It's a vote, majority vote.
And I abstain.
And one abstention? It's a vote.
Okay, and is there any new business? There being none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn?
Is there a second?
I second.
All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's a vote. All right, everyone. Thank you for attending tonight. And we'll see you in a couple weeks, and we'll see some of you hopefully on Saturday.